Hello guys, this is Dr. Udita and welcome back to Pharmacist Reacts. We are on episode 3 and today we are talking about something that every single Indian household deals with. What medicines do Indians buy without prescription? Ever wondered what medicines do Indian buy commonly without prescription? एक पेंटोप्राजोल देना, भैया एक राबिप्राजोल देना, भैया एक आइबुप्रोफेन है. As a pharmacist, I hear this every single day. No prescription, no diagnosis, just give me the medicine. But what nobody tells you is that some of these extremely common medicines, the ones the Indian household stocks, are doing the silent damage when they are taken without guidance. And today I am exposing 5 of them. And I promise at least 2 will genuinely surprise you. Why this is a crisis? India is one of the largest self medication markets in the world. Studies show over 80% of Indians self medicate before seeing a doctor. Now, I am not here to judge. I understand the reality. But there is a difference between taking a crocin for a fever and chronic unsupervised use of medicines that have serious consequences. The 5 medicines that I am covering today are all easily available at any medical store. They all are commonly bought without prescription and they are capable of doing serious harm when misused. Medicine number 1, Combiflame or Ibuprofen. The most common and most popped up tablet in India after crocin. Headache to Combiflame. Period pain to Combiflame. Fever to Combiflame. Back pain to Combiflame. Here is what's actually happening in your body. Regular unsupervised ibuprofen use causes gastric ulcers, even without symptoms initially, kidney damage with long term use, increased blood pressure. In people above 50, increased cardiac risk. And the scariest part, gastric damage from NSAIDs often has no pain until it's serious. To pantoprazole. Pantoprazole, omeprazole, rabeprazole, these are all PPI tablets, proton pump inhibitor tablets. This one will shock people. This is very common tablet which is used by millions of Indians daily. Now here's the irony. People who are taking ibuprofen and combiflame are also taking pantoprazole to protect their stomach lining. Pantoprazole, omeprazole, rabeprazole, these are PPIs, proton pump inhibitors. They reduces stomach acid. For short term, they are absolutely fine and necessary. But India has a massive problem of people taking PPIs daily for months, sometimes years, without any supervision. Long-term PPI use causes magnesium deficiency, leading to muscle cramp and heart rhythm issues. B12 deficiency, leading to nerve damage, fatigue, and memory problems. Calcium malabsorption, increasing fracture risk. Increased risk of C. difficile gut infection. Rebound acid hypersecretion. Your acidity gets worse when you try to stop. The last point is why people cannot stop taking it. They try, but acidity comes back worse and they restart, and it's a trap. PPIs are meant for 4 to 8 weeks maximum for most conditions, but not years. Number 3, antihistamines like cetirizine or Allegra. Allegra, cetirizine, Monter are all allergy medicines. Dusty day, cetirizine. Skin rash, cetirizine. Runny nose, cetirizine. These are relatively safe, but their habit is the problem. Chronic daily antihistamine use without diagnosis means you are suppressing the symptom without finding a cause. Your actual allergy trigger, dust mite, food, mold, pollen, is never identified. Older antihistamines like chlorpheniramine cause sedation and cognitive dulling. In elderly patients, it leads to confusion, urinary retention, and falls. More importantly, Chronic sneezing and running nose is often not allergy. It could be nasal polyps, deviated septum, or chronic sinusitis. Cetirizine won't fix any of these. Get an allergy test, find the cause. Don't just suppress it daily. Medicine number 4, antibiotics. The biggest crisis. This is not just your personal health problem, but this is public health emergency. India is the largest consumer of antibiotics in the world, and a massive chunk of that is self medication. भाई इन्फेक्शन लग रहा है ऑगमेंटिन दे दो, एजिथ्रोमाइसिन है 3 दिन का कोर्स चाहिए. इफ इट्स वायरल, एंटीबायोटिक्स डू लिटरली नथिंग. They destroy your gut microbiome. They create antibiotic resistance bacteria in your body. And next time, when you have real infection, then these standard antibiotics may not work. India already has some of the highest antibiotic resistance rates globally. Every self prescribed antibiotic course contributes to this. And the 3-day incomplete course, the worst possible thing you can do. You kill the weak bacteria and the strong ones survive. And now you have personally trained antibiotic resistance bacteria inside your own body. Antibiotics are only for confirmed and clinically suspected bacterial infection. Always complete the full course and never share your antibiotics with someone else. Different bacteria, different sensitivities. This is not just about you. Your self prescribed azithromycin is contributing to a future where standard antibiotics stop working on everyone. Medicine number 5, the topical steroid creams, the silent skin destroyer. Creams like Betnovate, Lobate, Quadriderm, Penderm, the last one, this one has an entire crisis named after it in dermatology. Betnovate, Quadriderm, Penderm, Lobate, every Indian household has one of these in the drawer. Skin rash, apply करो. Dark spot, apply करो. Fungal infection, apply करो. These are potent topical corticosteroids. These are some of the strongest steroids available over the counter anywhere in the world. What happens when prolonged unsupervised use on skin or face? Topical steroid dependent phase, leading skin becomes addicted. When you stop applying, it burns and it turns red and flares worse than before. Skin thinning, leading to permanent and irreversible in some cases. Perioral dermatitis, persistent rash around mouth. Fungal and bacterial overgrowth because steroids suppress local immunity. On face, specifically rosacea like eruption that are very difficult to treat. The condition topical steroid damaged face or TSDF is now formally documented in Indian dermatology literature. It is an epidemic driven entirely by OTC availability and zero awareness. So, the rules for it: no steroidal cream on face without doctor's or dermatologist prescription. End of discussion. So, what you should actually do? अब यहाँ पे मैं ख़त्म कर सकती थी, but I want to leave you with something more useful than to scare you. Because the goal was never to scare you out of every medicine, but the goal is informed use. So here is your framework question. 3 questions before buying any OTC drugs. Question number 1. Is this a symptom or a diagnosis? Fever is a symptom, not a diagnosis. But viral fever is a diagnosis. Acidity is a symptom, but peptic ulcer is a diagnosis. If you only know the symptom, then you are guessing the medicine. Question number 2. How long have I been taking this? Most OTC medicines are designed for short-term use, maximum 3 to 7 days. And if you are crossing that without medical review, then something is wrong. You are suppressing it, not treating it. Question number 3. Am I masking, suppressing, or am healing? This is the most important one. A crocin for fever at night so that you can sleep, that's okay. But a crocin every day because you have not figured out why this fever is coming back, that is dangerous. Symptoms suppression is not treatment. As a pharmacist, my job is more than handing you a medicine strip. It's supposed to be this, the conversation that helps you to take your medicine wisely. That's why this channel exists. If you have any thoughts or experiences regarding self medication, then tell me in the comments. And subscribe to my channel for more such health related videos.